This is Core955.
And this is HyperGamer.
We'll be playing through some Resident Evil Code Veronica. This is basically where I'd be introducing the game. Gonna turn that down. Yeah, this is basically where I'd be introducing the game and getting us started. So, what would you like to talk about for Code Veronica?
Gee, Code Veronica. It's a tough one to talk about. It's a game that I haven't played in a long time, but it is certainly one of my favourites. And I'm not sure a lot of people agree, but I reckon this is probably near the peak of the series. Obviously not as good as Resident Evil 2, but
yeah,
still pretty damn good.
Personally, I'd say it's the last great Resident Evil that could be agreed upon by the entire fan base.
I would certainly say that's probably the case.
Yeah. Certainly
of the original survival horror style.
Yeah. Like, there's a few others that are pretty divisive. Like, Dead Aim. I enjoyed Dead Aim. I liked, because it had some unique monsters in it, you know?
Yeah, never got into the first-person series myself, but I do see the appeal of them.
Yeah. It had a lot of unique monsters, and, well, also Morpheus just gave that Alfred feel.
Trespassing in our Paris lab facility 10 days ago.
Yes, but nothing beats the original Alfred, which we should be seeing a little bit.
Yeah, we'll see that in a couple parts. Now we're watching the original cutscene. Someone told me in one of my comments was like, I still think a Resident Evil 2 3D model was better. I was like for CGI, but it's like, I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't know. I can get why people are saying that, but at the same point, it's probably a lot to do with nostalgia.
Man, it's like, you can definitely tell the CGI got a hell of a lot better of an upgrade over the other games.
Oh yeah, and even the step up to the original Dreamcast version, the modelling was very, very different.
Yeah. This is actually one of my favorite cutscenes in the game, because it just sets up the tone of this game compared to the rest. You know you're not in for the stand. It's going to be a little bit more actiony, but not over the top.
It's not going to be running into a Spanish village, actiony.
Guns blazing.
Shall we say.
Yeah.
Just to make sure I don't upset any of Core's fan base, I do actually enjoy Resident Evil 4.
Oh.
But you will see. You will see some jokes from me from time to time about some of the newer Resident Evil games.
Oh yeah. Oh, trust me, I make them on my own videos.
Just making sure.
Yeah. Well, the nice thing is, because I've been doing only classic Resident Evil, is most of the fan base of my channels has been just the classic Resident Evil fans.
Yeah, it's not too bad then.
One of my favorite comments was just like, by Nathan Darkson, he's like, oh my god, old theme plus classic Resident Evil videos? My god, have we traveled back to 2008?
Very possibly.
Yeah, it's like, because you don't see much besides outside the dedicated community for these games.
Yeah, for sure. Which is a shame, because as much as, again, I enjoy the newer Resident Evil games, except for 6, but we need some old school survival horror. Nothing just beats the original Resident Evils.
Yeah, my favorite survival horrors are the original Resident Evils, Silent Hill 1 and 2, and Extermination for the PS2.
Yes, I certainly know your love for Extermination. I have still yet to play mine, however.
Yeah, that game has a really killer soundtrack. Oh hey, here's one of the few good guys in the game.
Well, except for the fact that he's the reason that you're locked up here in the first place.
Yeah, but you could also justify it as, he's just doing a paycheck, he's a security guard. And he had no real reason to let you go.
That is true. Especially after you may have murdered those people.
At the very least, you caused some gruesome injuries. And there's at least two.
For sure.
There's at least two dead from the helicopter gunning them down.
That's true. They just overlooked that fact.
Yeah, he's just like.
I must say, that's supposed to be Umbrella Europe, so wouldn't that raise some questions with the European government with just a helicopter with a chain gun in the middle of a city?
To be fair, at this point in the story, there's a lot of questions being raised about Umbrella.
Yeah, that's true. Like, Raccoon City's pretty bad, but I think they're still a good company. Wait, why are they chain gunning everybody?
Free to leave the complex.
And it's more. Oh wait, why haven't I heard anything on the news about this? Shouldn't this be in the local? Oh, they covered it up.
Of course they did.
Can you hear the audio, or does it just share my video of the game?
It just shares the video, but that's not too much of a huge deal. I've played this game far too many times. I know the audio at this point.
Yeah. And there's just me walking around examining everything. And I think I explained in this part that you can go get the stuff and save his ass. But I did it a little too early and I lost the lighter before I ran into some bats.
Yes. Yes, so you need to be careful, because if you lose the lighter too early, then Alfred's mansion is a problem, shall we say.
Yeah, I know. I just killed them all. At the very least, handgun ammo is pretty prevalent in this game.
Yes, handgun ammo certainly is. The more powerful weapons, no, though.
Yeah.
I remember the last time that I played this, I ended up getting myself caught into a very bad situation with the tyrant on the plane.
Oh, that was me the first time I played this game as well. That's why I'm hoarding all the ammo I can in this playthrough. Except for the bow.
Certainly a smart idea.
My god, the bow is just... Unless you got the explosive rounds, it's kind of useless.
That is true.
'Cause
that being said, though, the knife in this version is actually quite good. So you can get away with knifing a lot of enemies.
Ah. Yeah, because I found out the bow, it's like, you have to shoot like 15 arrows into a bolts into an asshole to knock them down. And it's like...
Yes.
Unlike in Resident Evil 2, hey, boom! Insta-kill.
That being said, though, in Resident Evil 2, the idea behind the bowgun was to replace the shotgun.
Yeah.
Whereas in this game, the bowgun is actually quite well hidden.
Yeah, it's like... I was wondering where the hell it was, because I found like 120 bolts in an area before I even found the bowgun.
Yeah, so I remember certainly the first couple playthroughs I did of this, I didn't have the bowgun at all.
Yeah, and you're just like, why am I getting all this powder and these arrows, but no gun?
Oh well.
Yeah.
So I was going to say, coming up to, oh no's, the zombies and stuff.
Yeah. This game, I've actually gotten pretty good at dodging. Probably because I've been playing so much classic Resident Evil. And 2, the spacing on these guys is a lot more generous than 2 was.
Certainly. Also, the other thing to note with Code Veronica, for those that don't know, mashing the buttons in this game does actually make a difference.
Pretty much.
So,
Mash.
it is actually possible, not always, but it is possible to actually push them away from the bite so that you don't take damage.
One thing I keep noticing when I play these newer ones, the ones that still have the older sound, like all the sound effects from Resident Evil 2, I keep noticing the background moans and all that.
Oh, that's certainly something I hadn't noticed.
Yeah, because I played so much Resident Evil 2 that it's like, many of the zombie moans are literally the same moans they recorded for 2. You know,
Interesting.
You know, rumor has it that Capcom didn't actually have actors for this. They just recorded their employees in the bathroom after Taco Day.
That would certainly be a good way to emulate the sound of zombies. Although that being said, that would only be really appropriate for the Capcom
Oh, get...
the Capcom America. I don't think other countries do Taco Bell the same way that you guys do.
To be fair, I'm not a huge Mexican food anyways. I've always preferred, like, Asian or Italian food. Oh, here comes Steve. Thank God he sucks with a machine gun.
His aim in this game is exceptionally bad.
His aim isn't that bad, it's just the fact that he keeps firing and firing. Half the machine gun's ammo is wasted in cutscenes alone.
Wait, don't shoot.
That is certainly true.
Like, when he's on the bridge and he's, like, he's getting pissed and he's like... Okay, let's move on.
And the fact that he wastes an entire clip of dual SMGs into one zombie.
Yeah.
And the Luger, of course.
Yeah. My God.
My name's Steve.
Fucking Lugers.
I was a prisoner on this island.
Oh, dude, you're gonna notice this doesn't show up for a while, but I fucked up and I missed a door. Yeah, I fucked up. You know the door beside the Jeep? Where Steve kills his dad?
Yes.
Yeah, I missed that. I missed the single door. So instead of going to get the plate in there, I went through almost the rest of the island, minus the other place. Like, I went through... So, I found out I had to run all the way back to the area.
Oh yeah, no, that'll certainly happen multiple times. Like, this game is particularly brutal with backtracking if you don't know the way.
Yeah, it's like, especially because I said I've only completed a playthrough this about once. So, I had no clue what the hell I was doing. This is me checking everything out, pretty much.
No, you've always got to check places in a Resident Evil game. You never know when you'll find ammo or some interesting lore.
Pretty much. There's loot everywhere. Where's this first... Oh. Alright, we're not doing too bad. First video is going to be done in about 3 minutes.
Yep. Ah yes, so do you go straight for the dual handguns?
Oh, you talk about the Lugers?
Not the Lugers, the two that you actually get to keep. The MP10, I think it's called.
Wait, is that in this building?
Uh-oh. That's a no, then.
Well, hey, I haven't finished recording this area, so you've given me a reason to go back.
I'm not sure if you can get it on repeat areas, but you certainly have to see.
Mostly because I just went in here for the ammo and the map.
Ah. So, if you actually go up the stairs where that zombie was, into the other room, and go down the end, you'll actually see a zombie that taps on the window. He'll break through, and he has...
I remember that cutscene.
Yes.
Yeah, he's just
and
like...
he gives you a set of dual handguns.
I had forgotten where that was. Okay, so I haven't actually triggered that cutscene.
Nope. You should still be able to. So if you go back to this in a later recording, you should be able to grab those dual handguns. And they are quite handy for zombies.
Yeah.
And also Bandersnatchers.
Fucking Bandersnatchers, man. I do have the upgrade for the M93 though, so that's pretty nice.
Yeah, there's actually a lot of weapons in this game as well, come to think of it.
Is there a shotgun in this game or no? Because if so, I haven't found the damn thing yet.
Yes, there is. You can get one as Claire.
Yeah, I've noticed Claire, compared to Resident Evil 2 and Resident Evil 1 Jill, could take a hell of a lot more of a beating.
Yeah, so that's one of the things that is worth noting about the newer games. They did make them easier. Like, I'm not sure... It's been a while since I played the original Resident Evil, but certainly the Resident Evil remake, if you're Jill and you're playing on normal, you take 2 bites and you're dead.
Yeah, though she also has a hell of a lot more... Oh!